Saya masih bersama dengan Eric Ekuden, dan ini merupakan pertanyaan mungkin yang menarik juga yang menjadi concern banyak pihak. Eric, 5G is totally changing the way of life, perhaps my life in the future, and at the same time emerging the security worries as well. You know, like it is center of the new systems, ubiquity, and it will be eventually connect many more devices at the same time. Is it true that it might be using for outside malignant forces such as spying on other countries? Do you think so?
Well, I think that's a broad question that relates to security, but it also relates to performance of infrastructure. So, as you know, mobile infrastructure is part of what we call critical national infrastructure. And that means that over time we will have to increase the requirement on this critical infrastructure because, to your point, it is used beyond our casual browsing and our video viewing. It's used for critical functions like self-driving cars, hospitals being connected, logistics schemes. All of these things, they require performance which goes beyond what we can offer in today's systems. So from that point of view, as an industry, we have to raise the bar constantly when it comes to performance. And security is a piece of that, because you need to trust the connection end to end. You need to know that data is secure along the chain. We're lucky in the fact that 5G is the most secure infrastructure, most secure technology that we have put in place. Security was built in from the start. So the standard itself includes all the security functions. It's not something that's bolted on afterwards, like in the existing or previous IT systems. This is something that comes actually from the standard. And then on top of that, you have to have secure operations to make sure that it's operated in a secure way. And of course, we have tools in place from Ericsson that can help in ensuring security end to end. So I think that's the security of the infrastructure. We have to be able to rely on it because it is critical. And of course, we care deeply about consumers and their privacy. And I think that is a starting point. Then I think, which is a little bit part of your question, of course, regulation is different in different parts of the world. So today, every country has their own regulation in terms of how they use this critical national infrastructure. And again, that's really beyond Ericsson and other vendors, I think, to engage in and comment on. So the infrastructure has security built in. You need security operations on top of that. And those are pieces that we can help and support.
But as a CTO, do you think that it's possible to use the data or the 5G technology, to do spying activity for other countries? Is it possible?
For other countries? Well, I think this is a very difficult question to comment on. Any technology, especially advanced technologies, can of course be used and misused from a technology point of view. Then you have regulation, you have laws to guide what can be and what shouldn't be done. And I think that's where the national laws are different in different countries. What we have seen here is, of course, that because this infrastructure, 4G and 5G, is part of critical national infrastructure, it will need supervision. It needs to have guidance in terms of what is allowed and what is not allowed. But that's down to local law.
And Eric, do you guarantee that your 5G technology won't do the same concern as well?
Yes.
How do you convince your market?
Well, I think this really comes back to what I said, this layered approach to security. We need to first standardize the right security functions, and this Ericsson has been leading in standardization in the 4G era and the 5G era, and security is part of that. We need to have the security functions end to end that we provide to customers, and then we can engage with our customers in terms of securing the operations of this. And all of those things we take on us to support our customers. But ultimately, it's our customers, operators, that are providing service to enterprises, critical infrastructure, to as we said, society, or to consumers. So we are supporting them in this.
Eric, let's move to personal questions. Eric, you are a CTO. Are you working with millennials at the moment?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course,
a lot
absolutely.
in your team?
We are fortunate to have a sort of a broad mix of, well, ages, I should say, and gender, of course, in the company. So
what is the uniqueness from the millennials characters as a workers in Ericsson?
Well, I think that they are excited by a number of the things that we can offer. One is at the global scale. I think many millennials, they like to see something which really has global impact. That's a fantastic thing. And the technology that we build really has the ability to serve billions of people. I think they want to be part of that. Then they care mostly about how things are used, and the fact that you have high ethical standards, and that you make sure that what you're doing ultimately is good for society. And I think their mobile broadband is a good system to work on. We have shown that you can get a few percentage point additional GDP growth by using mobile broadband technology, that they like. On the technology side, they really like to work with the big data problems that we have. If you're into artificial intelligence, we have fantastic opportunities to use the network operations data to create a better user experience for people. All of those things they care deeply about. So I think there we are in a good spot.
Eric, are you a bossy boss in the office?
A bossy boss?
Yeah.
Talking to everyone, that's what you mean, or?
Yeah, I mean, you are bossy to everyone, like giving
no, well,
order to your team, or?
Well, I happen to believe in very strong teams, and these teams, they normally do a great job even when you're not around, and I think that's a fantastic thing with colleagues all around the world, that they really they are driving our agenda, they are pushing ahead, certainly when I'm not in the office as well. So in that sense, it's not that bossy, I think.
Are you still having fun? Like, technology people, like engineers, quiet nerd. Are you like that? Are you still having fun doing your work?
Of course I'm having fun. I mean, but fun comes in different ways,
Okay.
When I started, fun was really to dig deep and really, in a way, change the world with new technology. That was fun.
That's a sort of fun for you.
That was fun for me when I started many years ago. Now fun in the work is really to work with a global team, that I said, to see how we can change the company, how we can change the industry, how we can use this technology for so many good things. So fun is different.
Are you playing social media as well?
Social media?
Yeah.
I'm present, but not very present.
Okay, and Eric, would you please describe yourself in 3 words?
Yeah. I think I'm still very curious. I've always been curious, and I have to admit that I can never. I always get new questions in my head. I'm always curious. So finding out how things work and digging deep, that's one of those things. Then I am very interested in technology. I have to admit that. I am a CTO, and I love technology. But the third thing is really solving problems with customers. I think that's one of the things that you mentioned, millennials and certainly other colleagues that I have in the company, really working on tough problems, market relevant, customer relevant problems, working with our customers and really pushing ahead and driving the industry to the next generation. Now we're talking about 5G, but very soon we will all be talking about the AI capabilities, the IoT capabilities of this infrastructure. So there's so much more coming, and doing that together with our partners and with our customers, that's something that I really like to do.
Eric F, Senior Vice President and Group CTO, Ericsson Global. Thank you for joining with us on Economics, CNBC Indonesia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hera. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I should
Hera,
ask you.
I do have a colleague here, Jawab. he would love to comment on Brexit,
Of course,
especially today.
We're going to make it next time, yeah?